What's good, YouTube? It's a quest surviving prophecy, and today's video, man. So Friday, I was watching First Take, because obviously I think Skip and Shannon was on vacation, and they was basically saying which sport is harder to win a championship in, the NBA or the NFL. Now, I'm gonna break one. I'm gonna break both of them down. Single file line. Um. All right. So let's start with the NBA. No, let's start with the NFL. Okay. So obviously we all know the NFL is a team effort. It's a team game. It's an ultimate team game. You have 52. Well, actually, first you start out with 90, and then you have to cut down the roster. So yeah. And after that, you got your people on the practice squad, and you have people that's on the roster. People on the practice squad is basically people who didn't obviously make the cut, but they can obviously make the roster. Not roster, but they could also make the roster due to injury. You know what I'm saying? If you one of your top running backs or tight ends is out, they can fill the void until they return. You know what I'm saying? Um, Now, you got your offensive line who blocks for you. You got your receivers, you got your tight ends, you got your running backs. Some teams uses H backs. Some teams uses fullbacks. The only fullback I know that a lot of people use is obviously the 49ers. I mean, teams is either the 49ers or the Giants. Not a lot of people use fullbacks anymore. So yeah. And after that, you play your 17 game schedule, which is basically, it used to be 16, but they amped it up, so now it's 17 games. Um, you have to go that, you have to win that, and basically, win your preseason games. You know what I'm saying? Meaningful preseason games. But it's just for the rookies and the undrafted free agents to shine, to see what you got, you know. It's kind of like a rehearsal, game more than a, preseason meaningful game. And then after that, you got your, you take like a couple of months off until the regular season starts where the games really count, and then you go from a 16 game schedule, and then you have a bye. You know what I'm saying? Most teams that play Monday, they have mini bye until they play Thursday. They will play every Saturday. Playoffs is on Saturday. So, in my estimation, it is. Hold on. Yeah, so basically that's football. All right, so now we go to basketball. Basketball, you have basically five guys on the roster. Uh, Not really. But five guys on the court. You got five court. You have five guys on the court, and you have I think 35 men on the roster. Including the reserves, including the bench, which is basically the same thing. And then obviously you got the G League, you got the D League, and you got and I think that basically that's it. I think that's how many stuff I could come up with basketball. I'm trying to think. So yeah, you got the G League, the D League. What else? Um, you just have um, yeah. So basically, it is. I think it's like 10 on the roster. I think it's 10 on the roster, if I'm not mistaken. Because you got your five. You got your starting five, and then basically you got your reserves. You know what I'm saying? You got people that comes off the bench. You know what I'm saying? So how many people that comes off the bench? Six. I believe. So altogether, there's like 12 players. So yeah, so NFL have 12 players, and the NBA, the NFL have 53. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So now that I broke it down, you know what I'm saying? Which sport is harder to win? Now, obviously, that's a stupid notion because we've seen it before. The Patriots, they three-peated, right? The Lakers, not this Lakers, not this current Lakers, but Shaq and Kobe Lakers, they repeated. So why would ESPN do some stupidity? Like, why would they bring up such absurd topic to talk about? Like, which sport is hard to win? Like, they both did it in their own respective sports, but they didn't even bring that up. They did not bring that up. Now, obviously, again, the subject was which sport is harder to repeat. The proof is in the pudding. The Patriots and the Lakers have both done it. So this topic is just flawless. It has no flavor to it because it's stale, you know? Like the Patriots and the Lakers have proven that they can win in their own respective sports 3 times in a row. So obviously Lakers repeated, and they went on to win a championship without Shaq. Patriots repeated. They went on to win a couple of more. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that this topic is stupid because it shares no clarification on it. It shares no opinion on it because we've seen it done before. You know what I'm saying? So why, like, okay, so if they're going by which sport is harder, in my opinion, even though I love the NBA, it irks and hurts me to say that it's the NFL because, like my Giants, we all saw how my Giants folded last year, right? Those two wins. Okay, those 2 wins, three, what they went, what, 6-10, 6-9, something like that. So they beat the Seattle Seahawks, unpredictable, you know. They beat the Washington Redskins twice, and then they beat up some other teams. But the point I'm trying to make is they had a slow start. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had a slow start. You know, when you go 1-5, 0-3, 0-4, it is hard every Sunday to just even scratch the surface to win. You know, one win seems like, you know, you haven't done it in a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make up for those type of games that you miss. All those games that you lost, you have to make it up. And it gets harder because you face different opponents each and every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you was just basically facing the whole NFC East for 17 games or 16 games, the Giants would have been throwing bombs from Baghdad. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would have basically been undefeated. They would have came back if they beaten the Washington Redskins, not the Washington team 16 times. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't work that way. You only face your division opponents twice. In the NBA, you can face them 4 times. You know what I'm saying? And then you can face the Spurs 3 times. And you can face the Mavericks 2 times. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of flair in the NFL than it is in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Because once you face the Colts, you're done. You don't face them no more. But you do face your division rivals. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that the NBA, if you go 0-5, you can easily make it up because there's a lot of games, 82-17 now. So you balance the scale. You know what I'm saying? Even though the NFL is still trying to compete with the NBA, you know what I'm saying? Like they went from 16 to 17. Now they're probably gonna go to 18, like 4 or 5 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? You know, but that'll probably kill them because their body is not equipped to handling that pressure. You know what I'm saying? Or that intense, workout. Not a tense workout, but that tense grinding schedule. You know what I'm saying? I think they'll stop at 17. To be honest with you, uh, so now you know that they reduced the schedule, the preseason. Less preseason, only three. That's not time to. That's not a lot of games to evaluate 90 men. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to from every single player. You have to see who flashes or who don't, who struggles or who don't. The NBA is different. The NBA, you could send that dude to the G League. You could send him to a 10-day contract. You can't do that in the NFL. The NFL and the XFL is not. It's not like, I mean, if the XFL was like a little version of the D League where you could just send players in and make them develop, that's pretty cool. I think that's a pretty cool idea because now the NBA, now the NFL is actually signing cats to the from the XFL to the NFL. Like Hakeem Nicks or somebody who's been there before but didn't hack it because due to injuries or whatever have you. The NFL is actually signing players from the XFL to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's a one-time thing, but it looks like it's going to be that in the future. Where in the NBA, you can obviously send him to the G League. He could go overseas if he doesn't find anything. You know what I'm saying? You could send him to a 10-day contract, whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that the NFL, you can't make up for those games. You can't make up for those four losses. And you saw that from the NFC East last year. You know what I'm saying? Everybody struggled. You know what I'm saying? So when the Giants went 0-4, I said, yeah, this I didn't even watch the whole entire season, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? But that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at the Warriors this year, the Warriors, the Wizards. They all struggled. We all thought that they're not gonna make it because they were like 13-29 or 12 and 21 and something like that. Now look at them. You know what I'm saying? Like the Wizards are close to being in the play-in tournament. The Golden State Warriors are close to being in the play-in tournament. So you can make up, you know what I'm saying, for those games. So now, this is my analogy. The NFL is like playing spades, right? You have your cards, right? You have your cards. Your cards is basically your whole entire team. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever cards you have on your hand, that determines whether you win or you lose. You know what I'm saying? Now, the NBA is like playing dice. You know how you play dice? You know what I'm saying? Shake them. You know what I'm saying? You throw them on the concrete, and whatever number it lands on, that's how much money you lose or gain. You know what I'm saying? So basketball is kind of like playing dice. You know what I'm saying? You shake them because you know how dice have six numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you just throw them in whatever number it lands on. That's the number. That's the amount of numbers you either lose or you win. That's basically basketball. If you want to break it down to that analogy, so or you could say basketball is like checkers, and you know, um, football is like playing charades. You know what I'm saying? So it's different terminologies you can view both sports. But if I were to choose, football is the right choice because you cannot make up for those games that you lost. If you go 1-6 or 0-3 or 0-4, every single day you have to make sure that this game is going to be the must game or if you go 0-2, there's like an 80% chance you don't make the playoffs. You know, if you go 2-0, there's a 90% chance you'll make the playoffs. So that's why the Giants always struggle so much every single year, because they start slow, they start slow, tend to finish strong in the second quarter, and obviously falters at the end. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, as a basketball team, if you go 0-5, you can always make it up. You know, prime example, Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Warriors and the Wizards, you know? Like, in my opinion, I thought the Wizards and the Warriors, when they started their season, I thought they were done because they were both under 500. You know what I'm saying? Say, okay, yeah, the Warriors are not making it. But look at them now. They're like, what, 5 games, 4 games? You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of games to make up. You know, NBA is like, NFL is like, you know, you have to scratch and claws for your games because every single game matters. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so like, comment, subscribe. If you agree with me, let me know in the comment section down below. Until next time, take care of yourself and enjoy.